Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
Yeah, people, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, man. Review of the game that was just played between Jamaica and Serbia. Very interesting game. And we had a 1-all scoreline. By the look of things, it was a very good, very, very, very good game. And we saw some. So we're talking about it just now. Just waiting on the panelists to come back on. Of course, you know that we have expert panelists over here at the coach's desk, and we'll be just giving our insight on the game. Basically, how the game actually went and their views on what could have been improved, what could have been done. Basically, that is so welcome to Mark Plunkett, welcome to Formula Sports, welcome to Doing, and we await the man, Cataract and Stan Cranky. Yeah, man. So trust me, it is a good game, people. It was a very good game. It's a Karoom. Sponsors needed. All right. So we have Principles of Football 101 saying that the formation was more like 5-2-3. I think we have found the solution for a DM problem. All right. Raymond, big up yourself. Good result. The goalkeeper looks good too. Yeah, man. Balaka, Jamaica. All right. So waiting on the some more persons to come on. But as we wait on them, um, Dwayne, what are your thoughts on the game?
Well, firstly, congratulations to the boys. Congratulations to Tapa. You see me? It was a good match, it was entertaining. That's the first thing I gotta say. It was good on the eyes for watching. You see me? It wasn't done from neither of the sides. Them in terms from performance standpoint, you can say basically everybody put in a shift. You see me? Everybody actually play a ball. We have to give low because I feel like we want to give him one of the match still, but him name in at the tag. Andre Gray, big him up, him get him chance and put him at the back of the net. Something that Jamaica has been missing for years. For a forward who can put the ball in at the net. As well as me look on our defensive line. Probably we can start holding on some results now, like some 1-love, some 2-love. Because more time of them think they make win tournaments and championship, It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Hold out when you have the lead. And respect that. I'm still type of flexibility with the formation. Some man say I just 4-4-2, 4-2, whatever alone Tapa can play with two central defensive. I open the nose Tapa can switch up in formation now.
Yeah, man.
I go left it right there, so.
Yeah, man. Congrats to Coach Whitmore, man. We saw some things that we were talking about and even basically defy the odds, you know what I mean? And kind of silence some of us with those moves that he made there. So big up to Tapa. Mark, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I think it was a fairly even game, especially going in from the first half going into the second half. Both team took their chances and scored. I think based on the squad that went down, a lot of people weren't optimistic. Everybody on the Jamaica side is nervous. So to see the players go out there with a change of formation, kind of mixing up things and the performances that we see and the commitment that we see from each and every player on the pitch, we can say we can lift our heads and just be proud of them. So congrats to the players, congrats to Tapa and the coaching staff. They did what they could with the little resources that they have, and we have to really acknowledge that the little resources that we have, a little bit over Talawa, and we really have to give them that today, that them go out there and them leave everything on the pitch, and a 1-1 draw come like a win sometimes. So it's all good in my book. I'm happy with what I see today.
Yeah, man. Well said, man. Because a lot of persons were saying that. I mean, this game would have ended in a 6-0, 10-0, and all of these things. But I like how the ballers then play. Trust me, it was a very good game. Formula, I want you to chime in. What do you see when you what you talk about when you see like tactics?
Well, yeah, go on.
Go ahead, man. How do you look on tactics?
I was very impressed with the pressing. I was the pressing and the double teaming in the first half. It clearly worked, right? The Serbians weren't given a lot of time on the ball in the first half, and the and also the physicality as well. So I was very impressed with that, and also just very impressed with how quickly we would have, when we won possession, how quickly we would have transitioned into attack in the first half. I am also impressed with, you saw the performance levels drop a bit in the second half. The players would have tired a bit, but I think that Tapa would have realized that and set up the team well. You could see that, you could see that he moved to a 5-4-1, and I think that setup would have helped the team from an organizational standpoint and made it more difficult for the Serbians to break us down, even though the performance levels are dropped. So I think the changes too. He brought on Ravel when we needed to see Ravel in the game, right? So I think the changes, and then Lambert came on in the end too as well. I don't think that was a bad change. So I think tactically Tapa got it right.
All right. I see some facial expression around the corner where the sound man is, but
I can't understand, coach. I can't understand how Cataract have an issue with that. They would draw a match with they ain't supposed to draw.
Well, I know. So you see, like, oh, ima make up them facial expression. Then we're gonna move over to MPEC, then come back to him. MPEC.
All right. Good night again, or good morning, I should say.
Good
All right.
morning.
I am satisfied. Generally speaking, I am satisfied with overall performance. I like what I saw. I couldn't pinpoint one player I said I've had a terrible game, except when Malcolm came on. I didn't think he put much impetus in the game. Fisher played in Spurs. He was a bit quiet for a section of the game, but I liked what I saw in the first half. The first half, I think it was a very disciplined first half, and our persistency, healed the goal. It was a very good goal from a very acute angle. I was really impressed with the goal. Come second half, I think we lost our discipline, lost the shape a little bit, and we came under immense pressure. Now I think there were some tired legs, and Serbia made some changes, put on fresh legs, and I think our first change came maybe about 5 minutes too late, because when we were coming under immense pressure, it should have prompted the coach to start making some changes, right? To put on some fresh legs. Most of the changes I didn't really have much of a problem with, except that I think Lowe should have stayed on a little longer. And if you're going to take off Lowe at that point, then Lambert should have been the change, to continue what the work he was doing in the midfield. So it didn't help our cause by taking off Lowe. We still was under some pressure. But when Ravel and subsequently Lambert came on, some stability, came back, and then the game was, balanced again. But overall, I'm impressed. I'm most impressed though with Harding. I didn't expect much from him, and he surprised me. I was really surprised with Harding's performance. And like I told you earlier, that Dennis Taylor is very competent, and he proved to us that he's very competent. So I'm pleased overall.
All right. Before we move over to the big bad cataract, Steph Ewing, big up for the super chat. He said only Fisher is not it at right back. Javon needs to work on his runs, reading play. It was night and day for between Jamaica and UK based players. All right, Steph Ewing. So Cataract Zone, I want you to come in and give your overall analysis of the game. What transpired in this game? What did you like? What don't you like? Talk to us, Cataract.
Give us your take. Let's up all the panelists. Real love for football. Some of we are go. How long the formula?
Hold on, Cataract. Stop, Cataract.
Pull up.
Am I the only one not hearing the persons clearly?
I'm hearing everybody clearly.
Yeah, I can hear clearly as well.
All right, then it's my end of the thing. All right, so go ahead, Cataract. Sorry.
Check in Shirley. Everybody all right?
I use my mobile device for here.
So, overall, coach, it was a decent game, a good game, not a dour match as expected. Two clearly weakened teams, some highlights and high points, but still some questions needed to be asked. And I leave the low point for last. That's why I raised my eyebrow at formula, because I think the low point of the game was Tapper's tactics and changes, which I think caused us a historical victory. Again, his change was just mind-boggling. So I go from start for the high points. We start on a positive, coach. My man of the match. Why we beat him bad. So man, I listen to your program, coach, and I try to embarrass me. Where's Harding? Big up the damn self. My man of the match. I put him on the fire, saying that he had to step up, and there are lots of right backs like Kyle Walker-Peters and James Justin ready for jam him food, and the man just take him plate and lock him grill and make his name. He was the man of the match, but just by a little bit, because there were a few players that played well. The keeper had a decent game. I guess I put a goat mouth on him because in the second half he started to carry on the ball and make some mistakes that an otherwise more clinical team could have punished us. The middle of the park is an issue. It is a problem. Damian Lowe is not a centre back. He's not a central defensive midfielder, and it showed, but he did his best. And I am not going to be hard and critical on him because it's his first time playing in that role. But I guess he learned to understand, and I hope when we have some other discussions, probably on the triple threat this week, after the like up the thing, people understand that this central defensive role is not a play role. I think he was burnt out, and that may have forced the coach to make a change, but he made a bad change. Blair Turgott, I don't know what was the thought of taking off Blair Turgott first. He was definitely one of the man of the match performances in the first half. Really made his name, showed what he's worth, coach. And the man Andre Gray up front had a very good first half, but after he scored the goal, I think he started getting some attention from the Serbian defenders, and he was starved because there was no attacking central midfielder. He was starved of service. He had that one-on-one chance, and boy, I don't know where that little bubble on the field come from to save them man there, sir. But he was bearing down on goal, showing his old self. Maybe has lost a step. Tell you the truth, maybe has lost a step, because in another lifetime, he would have been inside the goal with that ball. But just to show he has good positional play, can sniff out and make good decisions. The low points, if I just go through them quickly for me, O'Neil Fisher, the weakest performance on the team for a starter was O'Neil Fisher. Gordon came on, but he was a substitute and he really didn't add anything to the game, really and truly. Javon East, maybe the last time we see him in Jamaican colours because Jamal Lowe, Mikel Antonio coming in, and he didn't cover himself in glory. He didn't link up well with Andre Gray in the same way that Jamal Lowe linked up with Andre Gray in the USA game. So that bit of chemistry was not there. Speedy Williams had an average game in the center of the park for me, but I won't kill him. Didn't make any mistake, but didn't influence the game. And I'm going to say this about the substitutes. Ravel had a moment of brilliance that I'm sure everybody's going to be talking about, and I have to acknowledge that moment of brilliance. He also had a little moment of madness, which led to the free kick because he was hesitant on the ball and held on to the ball, and in the end made a pass under pressure, a back pass under pressure that led to an error that led to the free kick. And his free kick at the end, I would have liked to see Liam Moore take that free kick. It was a dismal free kick. But I'm going to acknowledge that moment of brilliance. I thought, I'm going to be fair, he was done a disservice. He should have been the first change if you were taking off Blair Turgott. He should have come on the park, and we allow Amari Bell up and down there. Amari Bell had a decent game, and he came under a lot of pressure on that side of the field, but stood up as a man. Liam Moore, you know how that thing go. Mariappa gave a performance, but overall, I would say the team stood up for itself. A performance, I would say 7 out of 10, and Serbia 7 out of 10. Serbia didn't come to run off the park; they came to play a slow game. Let's see how we do against Japan. But the coach, 5 out of 10, because the changes and the type of changes put us under tremendous pressure. You take off Low, you must bring on Lambert. It was madness. And I think he robbed Ravel of an opportunity as the first change to play alongside Blair Turgott on the left and Andre Gray and see how that would have worked out. I didn't understand his changes at all. But 1-1, good result against Serbia, and we'll be moving up in the rankings. We'll be moving up. We'll be moving on up. Look forward to the next game. What am I saying?
I personally think that Ravel's composure on the ball brought stability to the midfield immediately. That's how I saw it. That's how I saw it personally. So, I don't get that one criticism of yours, to be honest with you. I think immediately as Ravel came on, you saw the composure on the ball from him, and you immediately saw it had an impact on the midfield. That's how I see it personally.
I don't know if you were expecting a criticism from me. I did not criticize the ball. I said he came on.
No, you criticized the change.
No. I said the change should have been made earlier. Not because I critique. Please listen to me. The first change that should have been made was that I think that Ravel should have come on the field and be given an opportunity to play alongside Blair Turgott on the left and Andre Gray when he had fitter legs. I said he was done a disservice by being brought on when he was brought on, when all the changes were ringing in and the whole game sort of breakdown, right? So he didn't play a perfect game, but I don't have any critique of his game to that point. He had a moment of brilliance, showed what people like Stan have been saying, but he can show a moment of brilliance. And I said, I look forward to seeing him start in the next match and see what he can do for 90 minutes.
So I'll say this. I don't know what moment you're talking about. He showed 15 minutes of brilliance.
Oh my God.
Cataract.
The moment of
There's
brilliance is when he went
cataract.
past.
There's eye
Hold
test
on.
in football.
When
Cataract,
he
my
went,
time.
hold on.
My
Hold on,
time.
then.
Hold on. When he
Yes,
went past,
cataract, hold on.
when he went past the ghosted past the midfielder and was fouled. That was the moment of brilliance that I'm speaking about.
No, cataract. Can I have a say, please? What you're missing
All
in the whole equation was
your time, Cranky.
what you're missing in the whole equation, cataracts, is this. When Ravel came on, we were all over the place. He calmed the entire thing down. He was dictating the pace of the game. He was positioning people. He was making the simple passes. Give it to me, I give it back to you. Let's link up. He didn't make a bad pass. You're talking about one. I didn't call him over brilliance. He went by a defender. He got kicked down. That was not the game. The team was all over the place. We couldn't keep the ball. When he came on the field, we started keeping the ball. As he came on, we started keeping the ball. It's not by chance that happened, cataracts. There are players in life who have the ability to survey the scene, to dictate pace, to give the team confidence just by their presence, just by their play. I don't mean it's about a Ravel discussion, because I picked Damian Lowe as the man of the match, and I thought he was the man of the match. You said, well, sorry, I thought it was Damian Lowe. Because there's some people who have class in football, no matter what they play, cataract, I keep telling you that 101 times. And the stats, man, this is the eye test. That's why I'm actually going to book my team to Orlando and go watch all 3 games. This is the eye test, cataract. It ain't the whole thing about, he have 20 goals and he has 10 passes and he has 79%. Yes, that's part of the whole equation. But the totality of the play is about what they contribute to the team. And the fact of the matter is, I am very pleased with the result. That's the most important thing, actually. I'm pleased with how we competed. I know how difficult it is to go to Japan, traveling all this distance. I am pleased with all the chaos that happened. And by the way, guys, Whitmore's doing a good job on the sideline. Forget about the changes. The coach knows what he sees in training. The coach knows who in what situation. Let's not focus on the changes. I hear him making comments, which is, we're losing our shape. We're losing our composure. He's telling them, get back to what we have talked about. Get back to what I've instructed you to do. Stop making one-on-one decisions. Stop just kicking the ball away. Exhibit some composure. Play like we have taught you. I have instructed you to play. So I'll say this overall, which is, because I can't believe I'm up at 5:20 and I'm not young no more. I love the out. Now, we could have won the game, frankly. I mean, yes, they kicked the ball more than us, but it wasn't what I call effective position a lot of time for them, right? They're playing the ball around, but they weren't penetrating the defense. I thought the team played well together. Cataract talked about Gray a little bit. Look, Gray has lost 2 steps, not 1 step, 2 steps. But he has the fundamentals, which is hold the ball up. He can make a pass. He can accept a foul so we can start the play again. So overall, I'm not going to be elaborate in my comments about this. I'm pleased with the outcome. It gives us momentum going to the Gold Cup. Hopefully the other players come in will help to the squad in overall in terms of our direction of travel. I will say this, like people like Javon East, you can see the difference between the locally based players, meaning not playing locally, but the local players like, Malcolm who came on, East and those guys, and the kids who learn their football someplace else. There is a difference in how they play the game. Apart from someone like Damian Lowe, what I always say is class, because always exhibited class, and shows it against today, not playing in his normal position. As I said on the stream, I said, he doesn't have a position because he's a footballer. He's a class footballer. So I'll stop myself by saying, I am pleased. We have done well. And cataract, you should be eating a lot of crow. Whole heap of crow. Drink it, eat it, stew it, whatever you want to do with it, eat a lot of crow.
Stan, can I ask you a question? What you thought about Tapa's changes? What you thought about his changes?
Yeah, so everyone's going to be complaining like Ravel should come on first. Why bring on Malcolm? Look, guys, we're not in the camp to know what he knows. He's in the camp. He knows his players. He knows what he's trying to achieve. He did say at the outset, which is, I am trying to learn more about the players. It's a chance for players to show what they can produce, what they can demonstrate. And so he must know that, I don't have to assess Ravel because I know what Ravel can do. I need to see more of Javon East, who can play with Gray. I need to see more of Malcolm because I may not have seen him, and then you should see what he can do with these players. But we all know what Ravel can do, no matter what Cataract wants. Cataract, well, you live this downhill board for the rest of your life, me tell you about you. You said last time on the stream, we want to see Ravel can do. Because 1.5 games no sample size. I'm gonna say Cataract. There is the eye test Cataract. You can't see him even touch the ball. Hey, Cataract, Ravel 15 minutes. Ravel 15 minutes Cataract was like a whole game. Like a whole game Cataract. 15 minutes as a sub. If your team was struggling, no, put on your mic. You don't know if you can't be silent. You don't know what silence means. Put on your mic, Cataract. Me hear you, why hear you, man. Why can we not start beat you up? Those in the stream.
All right.
Kevin deserve to be beaten up.
Let me respond to
Sorry, coach.
No, Cataract, don't come back in here.
We're
not ready for rebuttal.
We beg you. I don't know rebuttal, but that's answer my straight I say.
No, we're not ready for rebuttal. We're not ready for rebuttal. Crocs.
No, but
Crocs, your time.
Crocs lock off his own the Crocs.
Oh, my son. Sound good? Clear?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you.
Cataract no say I get more beat, man. Him know, for him hear the sound, for him hear the name, him know more beat. Listen. We tell Cataract last night, say, Ravel show him class at the start of the match, and Ravel come again and show Cataract, say, hey, me a class. The man literally come slow down the game and dictate the game and give the team a little bit of confidence, right? So leave off of that. For me, the man of the match for me, Managalaya, is Wes Arden. He really surprised me. Manala. Wes Arden for me is the man of the match. I am really impressed. I was really impressed with Lowe. I mean, for the first time I played it the CDM role, I mean, him really sure. Say boy, him can't do a work there. You understand? And if me have a choice if you choose rather Michael Hector or Damian Lowe to play my CDM, it would definitely be Damian Lowe for me. Because some the work I see the man put in, man. Some tackle there I see the man make, man. The man reaction time, the man pass them. I mean, if you see CB where do a role in the CDM, him do a good job. I think Andre Gray was really good. Blair Tergat, good. I don't really see where Kemal Malcolm come though. Seriously, him boss already. Him come boss. Him just come make 2 run and then boss. To me, basically. You understand? The change we make with Damian Lowe, right? I think Damian Lowe was begging for it in there because they tired. Him they really work hard. Work harder than him they really have to work in the CB role. And him did really ask a change from earlier. So, you know, but the change, whenever I really like the change say who come on for him again? I think Ravel come on for him. Who come on for
Ravel
Damian?
came on for Damian.
Yeah, I thought he was going to put on Lambert though. Going to the fact that Lowe was playing CDM, I thought he was going to put on Lambert. But as Cranky said, we don't know where him see in the training session and what him aim is really. As him say, he want to see the players them and see what them can offer and thing. And maybe that's the situation as Cranky said. But all in all, it's a good draw. And the man them really assure say them come to play for them game and that is what we really need in the team for man really play and show them worth. So you come here to stay. As long as a fighting spirit there with the players them fight for them game, we're gonna see better performances from the team going forward with the addition of the others to come. So that's my piece. Good job.
All right, unseen.
Yes. Big up to the panelists them, you know. Cranky is the man there.
Quick analysis of the game.
Basically, can say we love the game, so love the game. Watch it from its start until it finish. Damian Lowe, very impressed with Damian Lowe. You know, if he continue the whole game, I give him the man of the match, but I have to give Arden as a cross skyward set. You see me? In terms of the overall ratings of the coach, I have to give more than we Cataract game. I have to give him at least a 7. He impressed me. He showed me say him have a different side and when can, you know, he can venture in a different areas, different system and different tactics and stuff like that. Well, right now, I imagine putting in Antonio, putting in Leon Bailey and stuff like that. You understand? I imagine the future right now. The team looks so good. You understand? The team look like a big side to me. You get the message, Alex? Like a big side to me. And the future is great. No, tell no lie. Fisher, boy. Fisher. When me am East, Malcolm. Them can go back home now. But everybody else, they're on the right track. Andre Gray, good baller. That's all I have to say.
My check.
Unseen finish.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, so
Coach must be
Alex,
said. Yeah.
you know you want to talk a long time, you know, Alex.
More. First and foremost, Cataract. You're so dead. You're so dead. Like up
Hold on, Alex, hold on. Me miss something, gentlemen. Look at me miss something, you know, because everything I go towards Cataract. What we miss?
Coach. I'm a beat. Need to get him beat. Cataract. You're
I'm
so
not dealing with the DJ, sir.
Cataract. You're so dead. You're dope. You're dope. You're dope. You're dope. You're over.
Alex.
What are we finish now, man? Stats.
Go on.
Stats.
And Trigon for balancing, Alex.
The eye test. Cataract. But first and foremost, it was a beautiful game today. I enjoy watching the game from the first minute to the 90th minute. It was a very wonderful match. I'm impressed with Westard and Cataract, another player that you beat again. That go play way down in League One in Rotherham. A player that impressed me again.
Yeah, that's a false thing, man.
So, Maribel played very good. Very, very, very good to me. Liam Moore, fighter. Can see the real enforcer in him. The game I come from. And we have to say a good shift from Dylan Barnes. He played wonderful. He made some good save and it is his job today. I don't think he had a lot to do though. But he did it. He did his job.
Not Barnes.
Sound dead, coach. Sound dead, coach.
Hold on.
Sound dead.
Barnes. No, not Barnes. No Barnes. Hold on. Guys, hold on.
Alex, Dennis Taylor. You cannot give Cataract ammunition. If you come for the money, you cannot give him ammunition, you know.
Hold on, I'm going to finish right
See what I say?
I sleep with
So correct that, Alex. Rewind. Me give you time to correct that.
Yeah. I didn't steal that. Him play very good today. We have congratulations on that. But the players I don't impress with today is East. I think he could have done more, but Fisher kind of looked nervous on the ball. And Malcolm. But overall, everybody played very good today. I like how Blair took at Manjama love a fight out for the left position, let me tell you. Because the spin the Blair took at spin the defender and what a beautiful pass. What beautiful pass. And I have to say, guys, the game was good. Even though it was on the panel that we're gonna get 6 and 2 and 4 and Serbia going kill we. I mean, you mind that comments like Algeria and them, you know. But guys, I'm always optimistic, and I see that the optimistic Alex come out again and prove wrong. Cause we know that it not gonna happen. You get me where I come from? I know the money that play, the money that have to play. To show the people them say, and even the coach stamp their position in the team. You get me where I come from? Even could have win the match, you know. Could have win the match. And overall, it's a very good performance. And bear in mind, these players that play for Serbia, they play in top leagues, top quality, elite players, right, Cataract? Elite players that you always say. So, Overall, it's a good game, coach. And one more, people. We have to big up Tapper with more. His tactical analyst of the game today was spot
Brilliant.
on.
Spot on.
Top
That's where I go wrong with Cataract, you know.
All right.
That's where I go wrong with Cataract.
Cataract,
That's because Cataract was saying, you know.
Coach, back to you, coach. You have the floor now.
Coach, the alphabet me at
Hold on, Formula Sport. Remember where I get rebuttal, you know.
Yeah,
man.
Hold on. I want to say this clear. So let me say this. Run back the tape. First of all, you did. Can you play back a tune? Dylan Barnes. Not the song they did. So, you God. Coach, seriously. Look by the tape. I predicted a 0-0 draw. Right? I said this game is going to end in a draw between two weakened teams. So my prediction on point. I was not expecting the goal. My issue on Tapper before I deal with Ravel, and I gave him his prop. He came on for 14 minutes. I don't know how a man can get man of the match for 14 minutes and all these wonderful things. I am willing to watch the game back with anybody. You count the number of touches. He came in, he did his job. Right? He had his one brilliant highlight move. Right?
Something cannot be man of the match. Ravel cannot be man of the match. 15 minutes is too short for real. But before you jump back in and say your rebuttal again, I want to hear your time, you know.
The coach I want
to hear from Ryan LFC since him there. We hear from him, and then we will start back the cycle again. Ryan, give us your take on the game.
I appreciate it, coach, because I'm in the hallway. Not supposed to do this, but just the love of the sports and stuff. But I appreciate you giving me the platform to share my voice and stuff quick as possible because my wife's sleeping, so I don't want to make no noise with the reggae boy stuff. So I have to respect that and come downstairs. But what I want to say, reggae boys fans, you guys should be positive. I could even hear no fans coming out and say, listen, negative about come out of this game. We should even hear nothing about negative. Yes, negative is good and positive is good, but come up against a Serbia team that ranked 28 in the world, and to see the team put in an excellent performance like this, I don't think nobody really have a bad game today. I think everybody put in a very good performance, but I want to call out especially a player. Oh my God, what a player we have. One of the best defender in CONCACAF. I don't want to hear no one tell me one of the best defender in CONCACAF, Leon Moore. This man will die for this. And this is what we want to see when the English player them come. Fight, spirit. This guy put him body in anything. I am watching a John Terry. I'll be honest. Everything this guy throw him body at. And when we have a player like this coming from England, we have to give them a lot of credit. No, a player that Amal Bell, wow, Kemar Taxelarin's my brethren, bro, you have to sharpen up your socks. I love you, bro, but this guy is very comfortable on the ball. But going forward, excellent. And this is what Taxi have over him. In the defense, Taxi can a little bit more better, but he will get there. But with Ravel Morrison, come on, guys, let me tell you something, guys. And I'm going to say, you see this player named Ravel Morrison, he make everything complete. He made the Reggae Boys midfield complete. I know a lot of people give him a lot of bash, him not playing for a club, but let me tell you something. When you have quality, he make every single body better in that midfield. He's very good. Once he can play more and get fit, he complete this Jamaican midfield. That's what we want. Ravel Morrison, him touch, him flare, him slow it down, him step it up. We need someone like Ravel Morrison in the midfield for a long time. From we last Rudolph Austin were to second down the game, to calm down the game when we're all over the place. Ravel come and cool on that. That's why I think us get the points from this game, because in the last 15, 20 minutes, I think Serbia put you under a lot of pressure. Why we show Serbia a lot of respect? In the first half, we have an excellent game. If we play that first half like we play in the second half, I think us win the game. The performance, well, we did not give them a lot of space, especially in that first half. In the second half, we take 10 steps backward. Why? What was working for us? Yes, I know you want to get the points, but go it for it. The next thing, if we want to start win football game, we're gonna come up against better opponents. One goal not going to work. Many times the Reggae Boys come up against very good team and we don't kill off game. Yes, the youngster named Jevan East get a few half chance, but if he more quicker to get off him shots in the first half, I think we could easily go 2-0, especially in that first half. But what can I say about Andre Gray? This guy is excellent. He work quick and he hold up the ball and bring everybody at the midfield in. This guy is very good. What about him link up with Leon Bailey and Bobby Reed? We can run off him. He's strong, he's powerful. And I just want to say, Reggae Boys fans, we should be happy. Serbia missed a lot of players, but Reggae Boys miss 9 to 10 key players. And if we can get back that in the team and the unit, you know, things happen for a reason. You see that first game against Japan, everything happen for a reason. What I know with the Reggae Boys team, when they come together and have 3-6 days together before them play, we get much better performance out of them. And Theodore Whitmore, he has done a fantastic job. We should big up Theodore Whitmore. We should give him a chance and give him more respect because this guy prepare the team and get a points from a team that ranked 20th. We should get all 3 points. I just slappy defense in that second half away, back off too much and give them a lot of respect. But you have to give the Serbian them a lot of respect because I think they defend very well, especially in a number. But yeah, that's my take on the game. It was a very good game for us, and I just really disappointed we didn't get the 3 points, but it's a friendly, and that's the real matter. We want to see all the team come together and play well as a team and try to get a little bit of gel going to the Gold Cup. We should be happy, Reggae Boys fans. We should big up the team and big up Theodore Whitmore. Nothing but respect for the team and big up to the panelists. Guys, I'm not going to stay too long because I'm not supposed to do this in the hallway, you know, especially at these hours. Probably I wake up neighbor, but I don't care. If I have to get a little bit of trouble for the Reggae Boys, I don't care. But yeah, enough respect.
Coach, I want to say something, Coach. Coach, I want to say something. I'm reading a definition here. This is entertainment, you know. This is not only analyzing and providing commentary.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
A cataract is a clouding of the normal clear lens of your eyes. For people who have cataracts, seeing through cloudy lens is a bit like looking through a frosty or fogged up window. So we have seen that today where cataracts, go to the eye doctor, your ophthalmologist, please, and have him fit you some lens because you're not wearing glasses. Have him fit you some lens. You can't see the TV from that far.
Cranky.
Or you need an 85-inch TV, get a big screen one and go close to it. Close to it and look at it. All right? That's how I have to say, Coach. Sorry.
Cataract. I want thing you have to say to you. You say that one thing you have to say to you today.
Coach, Frankie. If you are going to this coach, let me tell you. A long time Ricky Trooper tried that one. Long time Trooper Jara tried that one. That it never helped them.
Hold on. Gentlemen, me have a little challenge, you know. Me can't hear no good on the laptop, you know.
Oh, you
and me have some internet challenge. So what me do? Me listen up on the phone. So I turn on the phone right now to talk so I don't give the feedback. So me hear Cranky read something, but I couldn't even really hear what I say. But it sound like I want to play towards cataract. Cataract like your wires them a pop out and everything, man. Them a step on your turntable and your CD them or your thumb drive or your computer. Something a go on. Even though I'm not here, but feel like there's something a go on. You see what I said? So I mean, you have to go defend yourself in the cataract. Ryan, big up yourself. Ryan, big up yourself. Trust me, yo. This way you do right now, big up yourself. All our gentlemen who run the triple treat in my absence, and now no come on in this wee hour the morning. If still after we watch the match, we still get the analyst. Big up Tony Bertrand. Trust me. Enough respect. And as I think me here Crankies make a little point. So even though we are giving analysts a little humor come out tonight same way. And we really respect that. So you see cataract with the catchy shubby thing at your time now. Catchy shubby.
Alright, sir. Cranky, a long time Jaro tried to one for cataract, and it never worked out too good for him. No worry. This a cat, hell with a key, not a C. Remember that. But the killer said, Ryan, big up yourself. You know, say original neighbor. My original neighbor that you see me. But him fly out in the hall. I don't want to make him homeless, you know. Listen, I want to say this. I don't mismatch and no miswatch anything. I call the game as I see it, and I call it by facts. I call it, that's how I call it. If me wrong, I'm wrong. If me right, I'm right. I give the ball what he did. I want to watch back the game again without the excitement, because everything is not perfect like what everybody has said. But I'm not taking everything away from his game. The free kick that gave away that could have given us a dangerous position started with a breakdown of play when Ravel held on to the ball too long. So, but I'm not going to take that mistake.
Why did he hold on to it too long?
Let him finish. Let him finish.
But I am not going to use that and judge him, because he did come in and do as instructed. He did come in and calm down the game that was going astray. So what the other panelists are saying is correct. But at a 14 minutes of game, right? You have some players that play for 90 minutes of the game. Wesard didn't play 90 minutes. Damian Doe played nearly 60 minutes, right? So I have to give those props. But I'm not taking anything away from Ravel game, because nobody had Jesus. So I even overlooked the one thing that happened there. I never liked the free kick he took. I never talk about that. I said I never like it, because I think it was a wasted opportunity in a dangerous position.
You're drawing at straws.
No, man,
You're drawing at straws.
Hold on. I call it exactly as I see. But the overall game coach, I want to say this about the tactics and tapper. When we started off the game, for the first 20 minutes, CVM did a carry on bare foolishness. I have to beg coach to tell me when it come on. So I watch it on a Spanish channel, right? But Serbia had control of the game for the first 20, 25 minutes. And then we got into the game a little bit, scored a goal, and then really step up our game and control the half. But where Tapper, my issue with Tapper is that he will get out coached by serious tactical coaches. The Serbian coach made two change at halftime. He changed the keeper, and he made a change in the middle of his park. And to the center, he started centering the attacks along the left flank, because he saw that Blair Turgott came off, and he started centering the attacks on the left flank. And Tapper made no adjustment for that, and allowed Serbia to do one more thing. They stepped up the pace of the game and started playing a tiki-taka in our half, and we had no answer for it. So in that spirit of the thing, he was out-coached, and it ended up in a goal. Once they scored the goal and got back the thing to respectability, they went back into their shell a little bit. And then all the changes came on, and you can't really judge anything at the end of a friendly. But I don't think that Tapper had a masterclass. I think the players, I have to take my hat off to them. And I say I always start with the local base players. The keeper, everybody's singing his praises. But if you look in the second half, he kept holding on to the ball and allowing the Serbian forward to run onto him and having to either kick it out or make up a pass that almost led to a goal coming back on us. So it's not a perfect performance from Mr. Taylor, and he has to work on that. But in the first half, his distribution of the ball was good.
I agree. I made that point in the commentary.
Thank you, coach. We can't just watch the game and just get our cloudy eye. That's why we are analysts, right? There's good and there's bad and there's the indifferent part of the game, right? I think, but a lot of players came and stood up and came and said, yo, take me out, take me off of this if you don't think I'm bad. And I like that. That's what you have when you have competition for places. When you have a depth, you can't just have a man feeling comfortable in that game. That not go work. Cranky, I don't think it's two-step. I think he has lost a step. Andre Gray. But I think I'm going to quote Cranky and say, class is permanent. So his fundamentals are good. And I think as somebody mentioned a thing about fundamentals with the English players, we really have to work on those things, because when they got tired, you saw them go back to basic. And my last point, because while I was there on an early morning, every man I forget them time. Too much walking on the field. I don't know how nobody don't mention that. And that's why I want to see how we're going to fare against the Japanese team that is at home and going to be hard running because a lot of players was walking on the field. Damian Lowe was walking on the field because that central defensive midfield is no joke. You have to cover a good nearly 20 miles for the game. So it takes a lot out of a player who is not ready for that kind of work. But there was a lot. He was not the only one walking. A few players were walking. A man come on for the field as a substitute and start walk. I know them thing that grieve me. And nobody no mention it. Alex said we mustn't talk about anything. Ryan said we mustn't talk about anything. But that grieved me. A man come on the ball field as a substitute. Him not play a minute of the hard work and start walk. And what that, brother? Gardner as a forward. You come on. You see where the game is, and you don't take the opportunity with both hands and stamp
I agree with that. But gentlemen, you see, because we are running things so long, we come off our live stream watch along. We're gonna do this for about an hour. So we have about probably 110 more minutes. Everybody cool with that? I mean, no man them have things to go do. You know?
Hey coach, me I'll come off right now.
Cool.
Sleep, you know.
What?
Yo,
Formula.
Coach, you have 188 people watching, you know. Mind where the people. 188 people watching. Mind them shandy back away. I don't like 10 people that watch this in the coach. There's 188 people.
Coach can't hear you good. Coach.
We are doing something right. We are doing something right. 188 people watching. Wanna get the likes up, man. Tell coach.
Our time in the morning now. Around 5 o'clock in the morning.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, that's the people.
Almost six from my side.
Yeah, me just have to turn up my phone for either one that Qatar. I don't know how I go on the internet.
Let's say 188 people on the live. So good luck with you. We try to stop.
Oh, the people don't want to go in.
They don't want to go in.
So Coach Cataract said one thing important actually in this whole discussion.
I see me can mute for your cranky.
Cataract said something important in this whole discussion, which we have to think about. We've been saying this for the whole time we've been in these forums talking, which is Jamaica has to do a better job of developing locally based players. And it becomes so apparent when you watch them playing with the English-based players. The fundamentals are different. The ability to be organized is different. You can see throughout the game how the team was moving like a synchrony in terms of when they're coming out, when they're going forward. And if you're a local-based player, that's what I think what's his name, Formula was talking about, coaching and coaching licenses and all that. You need to have the fundamentals in place because the players have the same physical attributes. You know, it's not like the physical attributes are different. So the question: why such big differentiation between those players, even playing in League One for Christ's sake, and some of the players we have in our team who play maybe in USL? There's so much a difference in terms of stamina, in terms of technique, in terms of how they play holistically, in terms of how they approach the game. And that needs to change. I know there's a lot of complaints sometimes in these forums about too many English-based players. You need more local-based players. That's how they're going to get contract. But for us who are very focused on results, it's very apparent there's a big distinction between the two. And all I can see is more English-based players coming in, which will not resonate well with a lot of people who are in Jamaica locally and who seeing that they were disenfranchising or not, committing to the local-based players. But when you're going to be in competition with teams, what we call credible teams, you need the best talent that you have. And frankly, the way it stands now, we'll only be upgrading because we have set an expectation, especially based on this game. You're only going to want to upgrade. An upgrade means going upstream in terms of the quality you're looking for, which is going to be more Championship and Premier League players. And that's going to actually put the local-based players at a further disadvantage. So for them to be able to compete, given that we have a source of talented players who are developed in England, we have to up our game in Jamaica.
That's very true, Cranky.
Formula, your time now. You did say something. I think you did say something before.
Yeah.
When Qatar did say something.
Question to the panelists. Who else thought that Serbia was poor today? Because I think that kind of contributed to it as well. I don't think the Serbians were that good today at all, in my opinion, anyway.
I don't think so. I think they played well. I think they played well.
They were okay.
But they were surprised by Jamaica, how Jamaica was playing.
So that's what I was asking.
The thing is in a formula.
That's what I was asking now. If you guys think it's Tapper's tactics and him getting it spot on, led to
I think the thing is, our defense did a good job, Our defense hold them, Even Damian, you remember the player Damian Lowe come back and even help out a man and get the ball and move it through the middle, So like I said, Damian loaded up there ball watch and him defender under pressure. Him actually get back, make the interception and come out to the ball and do a true pass through the middle. So like say, all right, one man under pressure and a man a ball watch and stuff like that. We make a miss up in the second half. Then you see say the shot did block, the defense work, the shot did block, and the man come back and what him do? In placement to the right foot. You see what I say? And the keeper not even did seat really. If he did seat early, he could have come and parried. So the defense hold up and really put in a good job today. So it's not that them play bad. Both teams played well and them deserve a 1-1. And I would say that we deserve to win. Because Andre Gray come through, but if he does have that one little step there, remember me tell you, it would have been a 2-1 I would put.
I don't know. I just think that given the players, given the players on the team sheet of the Serbians and the level that they're playing.
So we have a guest on it, sure now. Sports DTM, Tiga, big up yourself. Welcome, man. You're mute.
Yeah, sorry about that, gents.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us. You want to share your view on the game? These are
I was watching the game and it was a very good game, And I think the coach with the players him have, I think him did what he had to do. You understand? Because we know that some players are still out. You understand? They Leon Bailey and some rest of players them, out. Just call Leon Bailey name, but what he had, I think him do what he had to do. You understand? It started about 7 defense and nothing wrong with that. We get a draw, and I think it was a good result. You understand? For our first match coming in together, So I think it was a good game. So let's see what him can do in the second game now.
All right,
if I must,
Devon,
if I must come in and say something, it's a total different game from the US game. I think they were a bit patient in their build-up. A little bit compact, which I like. They picked their moments. It could have been a 2-1 game. The first half, I think, was a little bit lukewarm. But coming into the second half, I think after the goal that Serbia scored, the intensity picked up. And when the maestro came on, and I don't want anybody to say anything apart from this, he settled the game. If you look at how he plays 1 touch, 2 touch, he limits his touches, and he calmed the game down, and he was moving all over the pitch, and he was controlling the game. And this is what we want in an instrumental player. Ravel Morrison will be the catalyst as Jamaica team.
So coach, I made a profound statement the last time we met. I said Ravel Morrison is Jamaica's best midfielder since Skill Cole. And Cataract destroyed me. Now, it's a very small sample size, but I've looked at Jamaican midfielders for years. He's the best Jamaican midfielder since Alan Skill Cole was played for Jamaica. And you will see it as time progresses when he gets
absolutely
game time.
So.
Yeah, no, I told Cataract that Cataract lost his mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Daniel Johnson and a bunch of other players. And I say, look, it's a small sample size, but I've seen Ravel play before in the past. Cataract, me talk to man. Cataract, come on, Cataract, man. I've seen players in the past in Jamaica, a lot of them, for a long period of time, right? And in 15 minutes today, guys, just think about this. You come on for 15 minutes. We're struggling to keep the ball We're all over the place. We can't hold on to the ball. And Cataract don't pick out one time when he gave West Harding a pass, where if you're a defender, if you can't find a pass, you dump it and you start over Cataract. You don't try to make a cute pass and then lose the ball. That wasn't about him. He didn't make any mistakes in the game for 15 minutes. Now, this is not about Ravel. This is about the team and how we play. And all I will say is this, is that better players will be coming into the team. So when you look at the holistic situation and where we are, it only bears fruit that going forward, we should be in a better place. Now, sometimes more doesn't make it better because more create more dissension. When you have people close in quality, they feel that all should play. And Whitmore will have to be a good man manager to manage this. But I'm optimistic. And that's why I said a while ago that I've got to book my ticket, go Orlando, go watch out 3 games, because I was impressed with today's performance, given the chaos we have in getting to Japan and given what Theo Whitmore had to work with in terms of the tools that he had. But those who are criticizing Whitmore should give the man a chance.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, man. You have to give the man the credit because the two of them have a work with. And if you side with them player rank in the 20s and we rank in the 40s, I will get a draw. That's a good thing. And Serbia hasn't lost a match. If you notice, if you've been following the Serbian team, they haven't lost a match yet. And we have them on the ropes for at least 45 minutes. You understand? It's just the second half, though, where I think the legs got weak. You understand? And Serbian team start to take advantage at the right side, I think. You understand? And that was our problem. That's where I see Tapa should have make a quick change. When the Serbian in the halftime, they put on the number 2 and the 18. They put on a defensive player and a midfielder. You understand? Tapa did nothing to stop that. You understand that? And that cut was start to open up and they start to attack. And you notice when the guy, the number 2 scored the goal. You understand? He take the shot and the shot was blocked initially. And there was nobody else to run on the ball. I guess legs were tired. So Tapa should have put some band-aid over that side. That is just my thought. But I say as time progressive, you understand, we'll see what Tapa can do and then we can assess him. But given the tool that he had for this match and what taking place over the couple of days getting to Japan, you understand, is a good result.
Coach,
that's what I'm saying.
Coach, I want to say something. I don't want us to feel that we're saying that it's not a good result. I'm saying that when you're doing an assessment, you have to be holistic and fair. You can't just paint like a pretty picture. It's a good result against a good team, both depleted squads. I think, again, it's a disservice to the Jamaican football fans. Just imagine what could have happened if somebody learned to use Expedia or Google Flights and book a proper set of flights and we had a proper team in Japan. We could have been celebrating a 3-1 victory, right? So the administration has to work along with and can't take away from what happens on the field. But I mentioned before you came on the issue about Tapa's tactical awareness. Tapa was not aware that the Serbian coach made a subtle, it wasn't a big change, he made a subtle change, brought the number 2 on, and then started the attacks down the left-hand side, realizing that Blair Turgott was now off, and so Amari Bell was more exposed, and he had that room, right? So, as a coach, you must be able to issue instructions. He was seeing the game because I heard clearly him tell the man them say, "Oh no, I lose on a BCCC discipline," right? Maybe them never know says a bad word, right? But we hear when them tell them that them are lose the discipline. And when did that happen? That happened when more of the local base players came into the game. A total breakdown of the tactical discipline. I want to comment something about defense. If you saw how many times we caught the Serbian forwards offside, that ability to step up and hold the line, people who have just come together and been able to communicate and gel in a certain way to be able to catch the Serbians 2 or 3 times offside when they pose a danger to us. That's a commendation that I think I want to put on the table. Coach
Cataract.
and other panelists.
Cataract. The last man is a former Premier League player. He's a captain of Reading. He's a leader. Don't you think they listen to him?
Yes, but I'm saying yes, but I'm also saying that remember, this is a makeshift backline. This is the first time that they're all playing together.
It does not matter if it's the first time. They are all professional. Listen, they are all professional. Adrian Maraapa is a senior professional.
But that's not what you're counteracting.
That's not true, Cataract.
What?
They played together before. Apart from West Harding, they played together in the US match, didn't they?
No, that backline, Amari Bell.
Okay. What do you call about backline?
Regardless of playing together for the first or second time, what I'm saying, the experience that these guys come on, they come out of the English system. Don't you think Adrian Maraapa and Moore play at Leicester together? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to look into that. You have to analyze the whole Jamaican team.
Adrian Maraapa played at Leicester?
Adrian Maraapa
played at Leicester?
Yes, he did.
He did play at Leicester.
What do you
mean?
mean?
Didn't know that?
No, for what period of time he played at Leicester that he would have played with Liam Moore? Liam Moore was a youngster who couldn't get a game at Leicester. And at the time when Liam Moore was coming through, it was Robert Huth and Wes Morgan.
It does not matter. They're in the same system together. They train the same way. They're on the same wavelength.
Team.
But guys, that's not the point though, right?
He was not in the youth team. He was in the senior team. I'm telling you.
Liam Moore?
Yes, he was in the senior team.
Came through the development squad at Leicester.
Okay, if you say so. But one thing I'm gonna say before I sign off, because I'm heading to work, I am very optimistic about this team. Can you imagine when Andre Blake, who is the captain and leader of the team, and the last man in the back, leading this team with the other players coming in, like the Mikel Antonio, the Ethan Pinnock and company, Alvas Powell, Temar Taxi Lawrence. Can you imagine Bailey? Can you imagine what this team will look like in the Gold Cup?
Yes, and I think that what Cronky was saying was that when you have more, you are then going to have another set of challenges, which is how to manage egos and how to manage expectations and how to manage players who are almost equal playing together. And just
well,
for
this
fact,
is when Tapa
Jobs has never played at Leicester City.
This is when Tapa Jobs come in as not the coach, but as a gaffer who can manage professional players.
Look, I think there are basic drills that are conducted by national teams when they get together. I'm sure in training they probably practice whether they're going to play offside trap or play deep, right? And then someone has to marshal that, which is probably the last person in the defense, whether it's Liam Moore and Maraapa if they're playing in the middle. So they would on signals or vocalize when you come out, you know, what situation you're in to do so. And sometimes you don't get it right because somebody probably dropped deep and don't get it right. But we should all agree that the performance today was commendable. We shouldn't be talking about Whitmore and his technical acumen because, as I said before, we keep overanalyzing the coach as if all the other coaches we had before were so great. Apart from Simeonis, most of them were not great. We bring somebody in for 2 days and they leave because we don't have enough money. We bring Schaefer in, pay him how much, hundreds of thousands of dollars for what? Waste of time. So work with Whitmore. Let's hope he does really well. I was impressed with his instructions. His language could have been managed better because when you're a coach and you're in a public forum, you can't talk that way. You can do this in the dressing room. Yeah, but you can't do this in the dressing room. You cannot be in a public forum on TV and using certain verbiage, which the Jamaican public understand, because you're perturbed with your players. That doesn't work in that setting. When you go in the change room, you can't say anything you want to say. And expert yourself, you got to find out. I keep saying this. The soft skills are as important as the ability to demonstrate on the field. And if you want sponsors to associate with you,
You are the face of the organization. You have to comport yourself in a better manner. You can't do that. I understand his frustration on the sideline, but at least if you're going to say something, don't make it be caught on camera, caught in the mic, and everybody can hear what you're saying. That's not how you communicate. But I'm not going to question his technical acumen because you know what? He's getting results. And when you get results, you can't say the man no matter because you think A should. But here's the thing about this. We don't have consensus in this forum. We're not in this forum saying this player is good. We like who we like. So how are we going to then say, you know what, because he doesn't do what we think he should do, him no matter? That can't be the way it goes. If we all were here in consensus, as my Guna fans will say something about Arteta, we all agree that, you know what, William shouldn't play and you're playing William, then you know, make no sense. But in this form, a lot of times we're saying play E versus D, play player C. We're not all going to get it right. If he makes it, if the outcome is not what we expect, then we're going to say, no, wait more, you didn't find another job to do. If we keep getting results based on the decisions he made, I'm not sure we can always keep challenging his decision making. Obviously, we can have our own views, but we can't denigrate him by saying no matter when he's getting results, especially when he uses local base players.
No, but nobody said he don't know what he's doing. What we said was that he was out for.
And Mariappa has never played for Leicester based on what I've seen.
I put it here that he played for Watford, not Leicester. I think there's a miscommunication. Sorry.
No, it's Crystal Palace I meant to say. It's Crystal Palace I meant to say. Sorry.
So Cranky, here is the thing. When you have a victory, we all applaud the victory. It was a good game. We all enjoyed the game. And that is why we are here several hours later still talking about it. But I think it does a disservice if we just gloss over some of the things. Because listen, you can win at some point, right? And then you don't assess where your weaknesses are, and then it comes back to bite you. We just don't want to bite.
Cataract, what did he get tactically right in your estimation? Because
what did he get tactically? You're
just talking about the errors that you think. What did he get right in your estimation?
The coach?
Yeah.
What did the coach get tactically right? Well, clearly he saw something in Dennis Taylor that showed up in the first half. The defense line was put together well. O'Neill Fisher, but I don't know he had a much of a choice. He had much of a choice there, so I'm not going to beat him bad. O'Neill Fisher was the only real sore thumb sticking out. So he put together a good defense line. The middle of the park was a problem because Stan has said it before, we have a lack of midfielders, right? So it's the best as you could do. Damien Lowe is not a natural thing, so sometimes he tried to drive with the ball through the field and it went a little ahead of him. Those things happen. And you point them out, but you're not hammering down on them, right? But when the time came for the coach to tactically adjust, he didn't. He didn't spot that the Serbian coach saw something and made a change to exploit it, right? And we just have to be fair. We can't. I am not saying to go bring Winter coming now. I'm saying that happened.
Gentlemen, I must say good morning, and I will talk to you guys later. Cranky, I sent you a message. Check it out on your email. All right.
All right. Cool. All right. Thanks.
Okay. No problem.
There were other.
Bro, bless up. Go there.
There were other times in the game where he needed to have made tactical adjustments, and he made those tactical adjustments and got them spot on in my estimation.
And what were those?
Well, for starters, the Ravel change was an excellent change to bring him on when he did.
He didn't. Did he have what other change could he have made at that point? The thing is, when the Ravel change came on, the thing had already gone bad, had gone haywire, right? And he brought him on then. He brought on Lambert a little too late to bring that sort of stability that you call in the defense. But we'll see for the next game. I mean, like I said, nobody's Jesus, and I'm not calling for him to be strung up on a cross and to bring in a foreign coach. I'm just pointing out as an analyst where I saw tactical errors made and a lack of tactical awareness to know that something was happening and to instruct your players, here, there is danger. There is danger. I recall.
By the way,
go ahead.
Oh, you're not finished.
No, I said I recall that we were leading against Mexico, and in about the 70th or 80th minute, Cuauhtemoc Blanco came on. That time he was older. That's when we got knocked out on goal difference. And everybody in the stadium knew that the ball was going to come to Blanco, and Blanco would shoot and score. And yet no rearrangement was made in the Jamaican team. And Blanco did, and we didn't make it forward because we were knocked out on goal difference. So I'm just saying that the coach, he motivated his players, and we knew that he was always a good man motivator. And it's clear that he motivated his players. I'll yield.
Chatara, the change in shape, towards the end as well, to a 5-4-1, played a massive role as well, in my opinion, in helping to keep the Serbians out,
Serbians
I want to make a point. Hold on
then.
there. I want to make a point about this.
Serbians had stopped playing by then. The game had petered out by then.
No. I disagree with that.
The game had petered out. They were on their last legs. We were on our last legs. And nobody wanted to be adventurous and risk losing the game. The game had petered out. I don't know if I was watching a different game from you. But by the 86th, 87th minute, the game petered out.
I want to say something about the
It wasn't that late in the game the change in shape came, but okay.
Hold on there. Gentlemen, we're talking about substitution. We have to keep in mind we have 8 players on the bench, 2 of those are goalkeepers, right? And we have 2 midfielder. We have a Morris and we have a Levy. I will know the Levy situation. Lambert come on, Till come on, Morris come on, and Malcolm come on. We don't have that much reinforcement on the bench really change a game that much either. So we have to keep that in mind. Then when we talk about reinforcement, we talk about quality for coming in. Say you interchange a good player for your next good player can impact the game really. Remember, Ravel no playing a long while. Leaving, you understand? And then we see Malcolm come on and we don't hardly see him do anything. So we kind of have to be realistic when we talk about coming and impact the game that much. I think, honestly, we get what we deserve. We go there. We could have win, yes, but I think we play our best. And the coach did a good job. I would just have to be happy with that. We can't really criticize it much because we never really have much work with my first players, honestly.
But Mark Plunkett, I know we picked the team.
Remember, we don't have much. We understand, so we don't have much in a cranky. Something the cataract. We don't have much work from.
So, in other words, anything happen, we just say, all right. Because I am trying to be balanced and pick out the good and the medium and the indifferent.
Let me just help you out the cranky. Cataract. All we are saying, Mark, is that when he brought in Kemal, that should have been the Ravel change. And when he took off Damien, you should have brought in Lambert as a natural CDM to stabilize things. That's all we are saying.
But the thing is, to me, I think something. I don't think Lambert is 100% fit. To me, based on what I'm seeing, I don't think Lambert is 100. Probably Lambert get a knock or something. But I don't think the coach would want to risk putting on Lambert.
Half of the Jamaicans weren't 100% fit.
Yeah, but to me,
I mean the Jamaican-born players. Sorry.
Yeah, it seemed like him have a knock on him foot or something. Because him come in and me see make a one touch off of the ball, and even though 5 minutes him get, but don't really see much. So I wouldn't say put on Lambert. You never really see like something right with Lambert, honestly. So I wouldn't criticize the changes.
I think the changes that were made, in our estimation, we probably think it wasn't tactical, or you want like players for like players. Your Marlon Nelson said that Lambert got a knock in training, but when you look at taking out a Damien though, who is a senior person who has a lot of experience in the middle of the park, we know that Lambert would have played there before. You know what I mean? When you look at putting a Ravel, who would have brought some level of calmness and a whole lot of experience in that position. I mean, I think even based on how they played with his introduction, it indicates that it was an excellent change by the coach because Nana seemed tired. He started to walk, lost the ball, not running back. So I mean, Ravel probably who is not all that fit, but a few minutes to go, fresh leg, hold on to the ball, protects the ball pretty well, can make 2 passes. His off the ball movement is excellent in my eyes. And I mean, trust me, I think even though you don't want a like player to go in that position to bolster it, I think it was a good change by Whitmore in terms of strengthening the middle of the park with a figure like Ravel. You know what I mean? So big up to Josh Simmons, the American. Yeah, man. USA won the Nations League. So big up to Josh.
Coach, I want to respond to a comment I see here by Luton Fire TV. Let me say something. Respond to a comment by Luton Fire TV. Whether Ravel is good enough. Ravel played 15 minutes. So this is not the man of the match performance. It's a different thing when you see a man play from start when everybody have good legs. For what he came in to do, he did the job that the coach asked him to do. And I have no complaints with that. I give him his due and his prop. If you just join, then say that. But we don't give him prop already, right? But you have to see a player from start, boss a game for 90 minutes, right? Damian know how to work. Damian know how to work for 45 minutes in the middle of the field, right? And it really busts a gut. It's a different thing, with a critique if Damian Lowe did come on in the last 15 and just have to hold the midfield. So different roles. So he did the role that he was asked to do.
Listen, gentlemen, we have to give credit to the team. Even though we're analysts and we dissect and thread through every little crevice and corner, that is good. But, I mean, in essence, this team might not be the strongest team that we have assembled, but they got a very important result for us. It would have been since 2000 would have drawn or gotten a fair result from a European team or a UEFA team. So, I mean, trust me, with the little nicks and knocks to be sorted out, putting in top level players, more quality players, even quality players will be on the bench. I mean, trust me, it's a good look. And we are going to be closing off in 6 minutes, people.
Coach.
We can go until daylight, but
Coach.
Daylight already.
Question to the panelists.
Daylight already.
Question to the panelists. Do you think Jamaica has the best defense in CONCACAF? Do you think our defense is better than USA and Mexico?
All right, based on what I saw from the games in the Nations League and the final yesterday, I think pretty much right now we seem to be solid, except I have a little concern at the right back position. But separate and apart from that, I think we have a formidable, if not the best defensive team in CONCACAF. So, I mean,
Coach,
we are yet to go up against the CONCACAF team with this new defensive setup that we have. So we can't really rate them yet in terms of that aspect. Right? Yes, Formula.
What particularly is your issue with the right back position? What depth?
Say that again.
What particularly is your issue with the right back position? Is it depth? Or because I think why I ask that is because I think something there it was good today, Wes Harding. From a defensive standpoint, I think he's a very good player, even when you watch him at Rotherham. Coach, now you're a word of me, say.
You know, me not hear the question. As me I said, the
The whole
sound at
of
the
we,
start.
the whole of we are here, man. Go on top, man. The whole of we are
No,
here.
but me not here. Me not here.
Yeah, coach
Okay.
not here.
The question was directed at coach. Coach say him have an issue with the right back
Here,
position.
like him say something what sort of issue me have with the
Type the
right back. That's
question.
the
Type the
question, right?
question, man. Type the question. If
Yeah,
coach
That's the
not
question.
here.
Okay.
Type the question if coach not here.
Me think it need reinforcement. Wizard didn't really put up a decent performance. Trust me, excellent performance.
Man of the match.
I think him can cement the position there. But when you look at him and the others that we have that are active in the team, we still need strengthening there. It is a position, the
Is it
right
from
back
an
and the central defensive midfield, which we use Damian Lowe today, seem to be a credited performance. But if that is going to be the way forward, we need to see him some more games. And as DS Electronics said, the right back need a little bit more depth, which is what I'm alluding to. And the CDM, if we're gonna use Damian, we need to see him again against probably a CONCACAF opponent. Because the man they can run right around here. The man the name can't tire.
But coach, we'll see him against Japan's under 23. And though I expect a running team, I expect a team that is ready to prepare at home, so they have all the resources to call upon. So I expect a sterner test from Japan's under 23 team. Hard running, and then we can get to see and make some more assessments. Because it's a nice experiment. It worked out today, but not because the experiment worked one time, it's going to work several times down the road. The right back position clearly is an area of concern. We can't go around that. And I'm not taking anything away from the victory, but I would be a poor analyst or not even a bar talk if I was to not say and point out that we had a problem on the right-hand side of the field. As a matter of fact, we should have had two great crosses coming. Going forward.
Not on the defensive side from the starter.
We should have had from the starter, Fisher. If you want me to call his name. But earlier, Devon came on earlier when we had the run-up program and said he was this wonderful crosser. He dumped the crosses into the box. Remember? I will pull up the stat and say to you, his crossing accuracy was 6%. And what we saw today, because some people like to beat those stats. Formula, with us is 6% for the crosses. The man don't put one cross accurate in the box. And we add gray there. So in that case, the stats bear us out. Fisher had a bad game. Let's just call it that. But he was amongst other people who really stepped up their game. Because if the team was having an average game, then it would have been really exposed. But other players stepped up their game, so it counteracted that little speck there. So when I dwell on it, except to say, Kyle Walker-Peters, sort out your papers and come in and see what can go on for now. Because we need some crosses in the box. That's just the truth. The local base players.
We need attacking prowess and depth at the right back position.
And that is what Walker-Peters can bring. So I'm happy to have seen that Wes Harding has proven me wrong. And I've never bashed Wes Harding. I've said that we have better choices at right back. But he was not playing at right back today. He was playing in the defense, at central defense. Right? So there was no testing of his ability to cross the ball, which everybody has said is weak. I have said is weak. But as a defender, on the right-hand side of defense, he stood up like a man, like a yard man. You understand? He obviously listened to this program and heard us say, listen, when I bash, when I tell a player for do him thing, I said to you, step up your game. Otherwise, me have a look for man for name your food. Becoming a foolishness.
So I'll say this, which is our biggest problem is in the center of the park. I've been saying this from day one, is our core. Our core, and that's the big difference between the US game and this game. In the US game, we had zero core. At least we had some enforcers in the middle today, in terms of Damien. We had no core against the US, so they could just walk through the middle because we had my best friend in the middle, and that's not his forte, right? So I do think I am encouraged, as I said before, by the performance overall. I'm not going to criticize Fisher or anybody else because you play as a team, you perform as a team. Sometimes they're more standout players than others. and we're just gonna take this momentum and ride it into the World Cup. And hopefully we'll do well in the World Cup and the momentum carry us through the qualifiers. And as we've all said before, we have more quality coming in, especially as we think about on the wings and up front. Gray is a good forward, but Gray has lost. I said 2 steps to Cataract, but Cataract, if you knew Gray before, that's what he was about. Quick, bustling hold-up player who can get behind defense. When he was playing with Troy at Watford, that's what he did. That's what they brought him for, to even replace Troy at one point.
Yeah.
And that same level of that speed, that robustness is no longer there. He's like a Giroud now. He doesn't go behind the defense like he used to. Today he got caught from behind. That's not what the old Andre Gray. So, but he's still a good player. As I can say before, the fundamentals are such core of a player. And you can see the fundamentals in the British based players. They've been taught from day one the fundamentals of football. And I'm going to emphasize 101 times, which is we have to teach all our youngsters coming through the ranks the fundamentals. When you have the fundamentals right, the game becomes easier. There's some differentiation you need in players, like I'm going to smart the category and say like Ravel has. You can't teach some of those things. They're not teachable. They're almost like innate to your beings, like a Ronaldinho. You can't teach certain tricks that people have or certain bits of the play. But there's some core fundamentals you can teach, and I'm not sure we're teaching our players to learn those fundamentals and apply them in games. Think about Jamaican players today, whether it was East or even Lambert coming on or Fisher. All those, we can name all Jamaican, Malcolm, we can name all Jamaican players, and we can't walk away and say, you know what, apart from Damien, that they played well, which is concerning. Very concerning, frankly. So when I hear they all push back about bringing in foreign-based players, which other countries are not receiving, we should be saying, you know what, let's bring those players in, but let's learn from them and find a way to take the resources we can generate from us doing well, getting good fee from go play in Japan, and invest in our infrastructure to create the same level of players that we have that people were bringing in. I struggle with the whole notion that if I have better, I should just not use. What are we gonna do? Not use the better? Not use the better players? It makes no sense. But we should not always be relying on overseas to get players. We should be building up players locally to allow them to compete with those overseas. Because I've talked about this before. Getting contracts, getting exposure. The World Cup provides that. If it's all overseas players, local players won't get that, right? Because the local players we have in terms of Damien and Blake and others, they're already overseas.
I'm getting the wrap-up signal. All
right, wrap up. Okay. Well, I got a bit again. Kind of make no sense.
So you see the problem. You see the problem, your coach now. The panelists they don't want to come offline. The people that the comments don't want to come offline. Right now, the people that say, "Coach, if I tie up the coach, and don't make him cut off the program." Coach, the people them say, if you press the end button, I'll beat you on your finger.
But cataract, you know what happened? Cataract.
Coach, mute the man. I can't take it.
No, cataract. No, here, listen to this now. When you have victory, when you have a result that's positive, people want to enjoy it. They want to embrace it. They want to wallow in it, right? That's what happens. If you lose, we'd all be off the stream. I said, "I'm an idiot. We're done."
Yeah, but a good result to the boys.
Yeah, and I think.
And that's no formula. This is the wrap up. Coach, papers is there.
Can I just say one quick thing?
No, we are wrap up. We have to be disciplined. We are wrap up.
One quick thing.
No, we are wrap up. We are wrap up, and it's not a Rizzler. It's not that kind of
wrap make him say it. Make him say it.
So coach, then I will give you half an hour again. Then half an hour, coach.
No, I just wanted to say that it's
196 watching. 196 watching, and the panelists now.
I just want to
the numbers increase. Hey, people wait up. The number increase. The number increasing.
Coach, you can't lock it off. You can't lock off that. Formula, your time.
Yeah, I just wanted to say quick and fast that I think one of the things that was very encouraging about the performance is the context of CONCACAF and the performances that we have seen from CONCACAF teams over the last couple of days. Right, that for me personally would have had me a bit concerned, right? So to see the boys kind of do a bit of a response today, it was very encouraging, because when I saw the likes of Costa Rica, Honduras, and Mexico and the US, I was a little bit concerned. right, in terms of the level at which CONCACAF was at, but it was very reassuring, you know, the performance from the boys today, that we can go toe to toe with the best in CONCACAF.
And I think that's well said, especially given that we had a depleted team. I think that's well said.
Yeah.
The gate man fresh got gone, you know. The gate man same gone. So the gate open up. So okay, some people put some money now. Some people on the comment section, man, and put some money pull up. And we could get half an hour to 6 o'clock. Drop some $10 for the coach. His desk. We are got since 7 o'clock last night. So drop some $10 money pull up, and I'm sure the coach are gonna give you half an hour so they can hear my comment on Ravel. They can hear me get some more beating. Can really go to beating them. Yeah. Unseen sport. I forget Ravel for them a time for talk, you know. Say something Unseen sport.
Well, Ravel on my baller still, you know. Ravel,
yeah, man, right forget the Ravel man,
Ravel, I got right now.
Oh, Jesus.
So all the other sound them for lack off.
Father God, why they ever fight me so hard?
Auntie, you know something unseen? For a man as Cataract said, wasn't played a game, has played 4 games in the last 10 years. Was there Cataract a 4 game or 2 game played in the last 10 years, Cataract? In Cataract, how much games played in the last 10 years? In Cataract, can you give us a stats? We love stats.
Yeah, man.
30 man. Wait, Cataract now. And in play Saudi Arabia was man of the match. In play for 15 minutes, and I was get man of the match. We agree, he can't get it. Yeah, man, play so much time, Cataract. I keep telling you, Cataract, you know, the eye test. Go to the ophthalmologist. I keep telling you this.
So yeah. They can't beat me now. Come here, the moderator. So, but I've got more for say. Unseen sport.
Unseen. One something I ask you.
Unseen and then Skyward. Unseen. You were saying
before I finish, I want to ask a question.
Yeah,
do you think that goal could be saved by the keeper?
No. Absolutely not. Yes,
why you say that?
He's not at
it was very well played.
Hold on, gentlemen, one at a time, please. Not at all. He was unsighted by the defenders in front of him, so he would have seen the ball late. And the initial shot was blocked, so he would have thought that the danger is cleared, right? And then the defenders in the box were ball watching. Damian Lowe was the closest man to the ball, right? But by that time, Damian was out of it, man. So it's just one of those things that happen, right? We're playing against a top level side. I can't hold the keeper at any fault.
Next question. You watch it over back, you watch over back the goal from a different angle and everything.
But I'm for that, brother. But they are start
No, that's why I'm asking the question, you know. Because when I talk about the first impression, but watch it over back and look for the angle different.
Yeah, man, we watch repeat that during the game, man. Remember,
we just feel like him gonna make the save, or maybe
repeat the game. He tried. I'm not going to be unfair to the man. I don't unfair to my players. I don't do that. That's not a if the keeper made the save, we'd be happy. It would be an exceptional save. If he's beaten, it's to be expected. If Andre Blake was there, nobody come with that. Superman would have reached. But I saw the thing go. We now fight it. Skyward cracks. Unmute and come in, brother.
Yeah. Can I hear me?
Money, you know. Money on the board, you know. Money on the board.
Can I hear me? Can I hear me clear?
Yes, Skyward. Clear out.
I just hope Tapa doesn't have it in his intention to really say I'm gonna use low in other CDM role. I think Low is better at centre back. And I'm gonna be fair and say this, right? Low looks really good in the CDM role, right? And if we all can be fair, right? Serbia was playing against 8 defenders, basically. Because I think Blade Turtle is an attacking player. Who else? What's the guy's name? East and Gray. Wells. I mean, Speed is a midfielder, but
Speedy was playing.
Yeah,
holding midfielder.
Basically, yeah. So Serbia was playing against 8 defenders and only three attacking players, right? And for most of the part, them Serbia didn't really get a chance to really come down to the middle because a big defender they go up against. So them try to use the wing, right? Which never really did a work out for them either. And them never did a press. Them never had a half a much in the middle for we say boy, make we say. As a Cataracts earlier on, it's that good for we get if we get the Japan match. Because based on when me watch Honduras, Costa Rica, US and Mexico. And them team they run hard. Benefit Serbia do none of that another match. Them just basically play easy and you know. But based on me seeing at the US match with US and Messi with Mexico and Messi with Costa Rica and Honduras, them side they are come running at you, you know. Them are high pressure, you know. Them are high pressure, just like how we try for high press Serbia. Them team that come fully out high pressure, especially US and Mexico. And we just hope say we really are try work on two good, if at least two good CDM where a CDM them man they play and them man they good at it. And not try if really say we are experiment and use and have Damian Lowe say, yeah, it look good, so yeah, we are gonna use it. Because may I tell you, a different level when they come back to CONCACAF. Them team that come out here hungry. The Serbia where I sit back and I say, all right, then we're not getting away down in the middle and we could try to use the way. So in all fairness,
all on the skyward.
Yeah.
So we take the fight there, but some money coming in upon the board. The man then said, cranky, cataract, early morning clash well. I come from around the sun, you know. Come and say my piece already. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to eat. I don't reach the point where I have to put on the Manu shirt yet. Because he never start the game. But I give him the props. He did the job that he was asked to do. You're saying that what you're saying is true because there was not much attacks coming through the middle of the field. They focused their attacks coming down the flank where they thought they could exploit and whip some crosses into the box. That's what Serbia based the attack on. They also decided to be a very patient game. So I don't know if them buck up in the jet lag was Stan Kroenke did I tell you about when I reach you. It looked like it buck up on them. Because if they go on with a thing for a minute and them boy book them stop. Like they meet the stopper from Cutty Ranks. So I don't know. Mark Plunkett, what you say about that?
I think we did Damon Lowe played well, but I think we did a good job in our middle for clog up the middle a lot. We see a lot of interception in the middle of the part. So that kind of prevent them from just going directly through, making some true pass and going through. So they tried to use the flank. And that gave them problem as well. So overall, we managed the game well, especially in the first 45. And again, if it wasn't for that lapse in defense, you know what I mean, we'd have come out with a 1-love or maybe a 2-love win. So I think we midfield play well. Damian Lowe made some really good passes, some intelligent play, and getting the ball. And I think one time he played out of defense, because interception out of defense and played to the left, right? And a man hold on the ball and I go down. So for a Jamaican born-bred player, in game IQ, really good. I can see him string the passes them well. I'm really like that.
But he's not really a Jamaican born player. He's been playing overseas now for quite a while. So
but in terms of
I'm just saying.
Look at East. But go back to East. That's East now, right?
We'll come to East because the pass that you spoke about was released out to East. And East went East when he should have gone. East went East.
And him now have a left foot for a striker, you're supposed to can shoot with the left too.
These things are going to be shown up.
And it's stuck on him foot. So
at this level, those things will be shown up.
So previously it was said.
Frankie,
go ahead. Yeah,
no, come in, Frankie. Come in.
Previously it was said that we shouldn't play Damien at CM, right? But we seem like we're going to have enough competent players in the back between Pinnock and Moore, and maybe now Harding, that we can afford to have Damien play in the middle. Because as I said before, and I said last night too, I rate Damien. I've rated Damien for a while now. There's some players you see them play and you see their quality, and he's quality, and he has the capability, given how he play deep, to play a CM role or play with normal positioning. Right, he's very arrogant in his play, which I love in players. When you know you can play football and you're comfortable in your own skin, then you can go out and perform. And he's very confident in what he does. And he keeps on demonstrating that. So I'm not sure why some people don't rate him. And my expectation is that we don't have a CM because Qatar has not done the best job to bring us one that Whitmore agrees with. He brought one and Whitmore same too old and can't use him. So Qatar need to go back to the drawing board and go get another younger one would have some of those qualities, the one you're bringing in. And maybe you'll use him. But for the time being, we have to use an interim CM, and I think we should be using who we have who's played today. Now, as we all said, the competition is going to get better. The competition is going to be much harder running. We have to step up our game physically. But the one thing I say about physically, which is, if you guys have been watching football for a while, and some of you are much younger, the Jamaican team in the late 80s and early 90s, when you see them look malnourished. Them look like boy, them can't go to run. The Jamaican teams we have of late are the bigger team on the field in most teams they play against. They look strong, and physicality does help you in games, even when you're not as technically competent as other teams are. So if you're, as we physically strong, we can bounce you off the ball, we put an attack upon you, you don't want to get tackled next time. But you're talking about more putting in one of the players. He don't want to come back after that clap. He might think twice before him start. He might pass the ball quicker than want to take you on. So your physicality does help you in games sometimes, even if technically you may not be where other countries or players are. So as I said before, I'm very encouraged by the performance. I'm encouraged by what we have done. And I'm going to give kudos to Whitmore. I mean, if people give Whitmore 5, how can you give a coach 5 when he draw with a team which is much higher than you are? Because people going to say, well, them second team. Well, you know what? We had second team too. We all have second team players. So it's equivalent in terms of the competition.
All right. So
no, but their second team players was...
Hold on, Pablo. I want to work it around. But I just want to say it to him. I already gave the reason for the 5 and I'm moderating, so I'm not going to make any points. So please don't play no more tune after me because I can't counteract. I have to moderate. Right? But we don't tell you already why we give the man a 5.
That makes it better. That makes it better. That's even better.
Because I think we snatched a draw from the jaws of a victory. I think we had a historic victory on the plate and we snatched a draw from it. 2 questions I want to ask. I want to ask the goal that scored against us. Let us look at the low point and the high point. Anybody want to give a take? Is it are the defenders at fault, or is it the defensive midfielders were not there to win the blocked shot? Who is at fault there?
I think the defenders were at fault. The goal basically was covered from the right side. But the left side of the goal wasn't protected. So when you had the rebound, there was nobody rushing on from the left side to block the player. And then those in the middle of the park were flat-footed. So by the time they could recompose themselves, the ball was already in the back of the net. And we cannot blame the goalkeeper because he was offsided, and by the time he saw the ball, it was too late, and he tried relentlessly. He was full stretched and couldn't just reach the ball. So the goalkeeper was not a fault.
He's a bit of a short lad, isn't he? That's why sometimes you need a 6'4" to get your hands.
Well, he's not but he's taller than White. He's
not 6'4" though. So
no, I think he's about 6'2" thereabouts.
6'2", yeah, man. Yeah. All right, so so that was one on the goal, and I wanted to talk about the good moment. I want to go around the panel and hear. Tell me about the goal. Tell me about how you felt. Let me start with Mark Plunkett. That minute. Let's spend on some positive.
The goal, I think it was a good goal. I think it was a striker's goal. He was determined, and I like that determination. Other players, once the keeper touch the ball, that's it. They don't want to foul the keeper. So to see him go ahead and press the keeper and pick him pocket, and roll him and come to boom and lick it, and the accuracy to score from that angle, it was a really good goal to me. I really like that. So, it might not be that fancy or one of them screamer there, but it was a good goal. So I really like it, man.
So people, don't beat the forward, although he pick the pocket, a town is a good pickpocket. Don't beat him. Formula. tell us about the goal. Tell us about that moment. How you felt, your assessment of the goal. And we have to keep it short because we have 10 minutes to go. Raman Osborne, big up yourself. Somebody else throw some money on the board. I'm going to play a sound for free, you know. I don't play a sound for free. Throw an next $10 on the board. Formula.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good goal. I mean, it's good to see when a striker's putting in that sort of a work rate, you know, and, you know, to finish it from such a tight angle, even though it was an open goal, still it was a tight angle. And yeah, it was a good goal. The only thing though, I disagree. I don't think it was an intention. I don't think he picked his pocket intentionally, you know. When you watch the replay, you know, it was a bit of fortune, you know. When you watch the replay, it was a bit of fortune, in my opinion. I don't think he intentionally picked the pocket of the goalkeeper, but you know, that's how I saw it.
Well, they say fortune favors the brave.
Yeah, for sure.
So
because when you look at it, you know, the momentum of the goalkeeper kind of carried him into Andre Gray's foot, you know, and it kind of like him kind of hit Andre's foot, and the ball kind of went out of his hand. That's how I saw it anyway.
Well, they also say that you make your own luck. So
yeah, man, for sure.
It was there. MPEC, that moment, how were you feeling?
Yeah, man, I was feeling really ecstatic. It was a very good goal. I didn't know that it would have scored, especially from that acute angle, you know, and it was a good presence that they, you know, forward. So that's where you see the quality comes in here. Because, you know, if it was any ordinary forward, you know, they probably wouldn't have, you know, created a chance out of maybe a quarter chance. So the quality really shows, and he was really he was in the right place at the right time and kept his composure and placed the ball accurately. And I was so elated when I saw the ball hit the back of the net.
People hit the like button, but throw some money on the board if you rate that. Like up, man. It's hours we are going to find out. This is going to be a record. This will be a 12-hour we are going for. 3 different live. 12 hours we are going for. Because it's almost 7 o'clock in some places. So throw some money on the board, and if you really like that goal, get some money pull up for Andre Gray, man. Give me some money pull up. Man, I run no joke with this thing. Yeah. We all do this for free, you know. But coach have to keep the platform going. You have to pay for his Wi-Fi and them thing there, here. So throw up something, man. Hit up the like them. You know, you don't likes no more. Throw some money on the board, some $5, some $10. Somebody give me a $20 money pull up. That goal there, a big goal. You hear some new word I use now? Acute. Acute. I wouldn't talk about tapping merchant and them thing. And then I'm gonna acute.
But Cataract.
Come in, unseen.
Cataract. Although you polish off Andre Gray in a waist, you know, and you make some shades of a Ravel. I mean, you're talking about Andre Gray mistake that we're making at the game. You understand? You make some crucial mistake in attacking wise, and could have leg of the ball, and could have scored more goal.
All right. He was not provided service, and when he got the ball, they were not the kind of Javon East did not provide the kind of outlet to him that Jamal Lowe did in the USA game. So I have to be fair where fair. I'm also talking about a 31-year-old striker who is coming to the end of his career, and he's adapting his game to play for the Reggae Boys. He's adapting his game. The way he used to play off a trampoline and be that person with the turner speed to go past people and go beyond. So it showed, and the coach substituted him rightly at the correct time. He eked out another one-on-one chance, and it was a bad bounce. Because when he headed the ball down, he was bearing down on goal. A frightening side. Owen, send a money pull up. And that's what I talk about. Let me say it again. It bearing down on goal. Head the ball down, everything right. And it just hit a very unfortunate bubble. I talk about, man, money are coming.
But Cataract.
So yes. But the objective of striking, as we said in the program earlier this week in the build-up, he who puts the ball in the back of the net. He wants to see Romario Campbell back in the team to see him play with Gray. Steph Ewing, I don't think that is going to ever happen, Bossy. Because the man that is coming is called.
It got me,
nightmare.
It got me.
Nightmare. Michael
got
Antonio. The nightmare Michael Antonio is coming. People are having sleepless nights.
But Cataract.
Sleepless nights.
Hey, Cataract.
Somebody turn on, mute the mics. I'm getting some bad feedback.
Hey, Cataract. Can you hear me?
Breakfast.
I live life.
Gentlemen, I got head off in the sleeper reach.
Back pocket.
Yeah, man. Bless up everybody in our comments.
Big up Plunkett.
Big up Plunkett. Yeah, man.
Bless up, man.
All right.
Skyward Crux. Hold on. Tell us about, we're coming to Cranky. Skyward Crux. Tell us about that goal and tell us how you felt as a fan, man. Because we don't get the time to throw the buckle them and go on away. So we could do that now.
Yeah, man. I love the fighting spirit. I love that never say die spirit from Andre. You know, just move to the ball, see me. Even when it's a goal for him decides, say, boy, I'm going now. The keeper forgot make a mistake, you know, because I go see him, I not stop and give him a chance to become post on the ball and kick out the ball or trying to look for stun. I pressure him. And then put on the pressure and it healed the goal, you know. So but one of the thing though when I never said when I never said it before me come off though, I was really impressed going to the fact that whenever a creative midfielder, it was really impressive to see that Blair Turgott and Gray was getting a lot of balls. Like seriously. For us not having a creative midfielder at the start and for Gray and Turgott to get so much ball, that was really good for me.
Big point.
Yeah. Because they got a lot of balls, like a lot. Surprisingly, a lot of balls. And that was good.
Cataract, when I hear you.
Cataract, the police. Mike Larry, big up yourself. Ted Canadian, money drop on the board for the Rooster. The Rooster. I want to hear, but no, you make a big point. We played without an attacking. We played without an attacking central midfielder. So what Blair Turgott did was he drifted inside and almost took up that role of
like a tucked-in winger.
Like a tucked-in winger. Mm-hmm. And so I have to big up his football intelligence playing out there in Sweden. I really have to big up his intelligence. The people that throw the money, me respect that, man, because we need that in Jamaica because we have to keep the program and the forum going. You know what I mean?
Cataract.
Hold on, before we go, I want to hear Stan. Tell me about the goal and then we're coming back around to you because we have 3 minutes left.
I say Andre Gray has been involved we've scored 2 goals in 2 games. Has been involved in both goals, so he can produce. But as you said before, we need to improve our midfield so we can get the link-up play between the defense, the midfield, and the forwards.
Absolutely.
Doesn't make sense you have great forwards playing up there, wingers and forwards, and they can't get the ball. So you need to be able to possess the ball, to give them the ball, so they have opportunities, multiple opportunities, not one-off chances, so we can create more chances. One of the chances we got today was long-distance type chances. We need to do a better job of getting more quality midfielders. Secondly, I have a question, actually. Do you know if CVM does show the game again? Because sometimes you watch the game for pleasure first, because you're emotionally involved. I want to watch it now much more strategically and tactically to analyze the game. So do we know if they're going to show the game again?
I don't know, because to be honest with you, they didn't even show the whole game. It's after 25 minutes.
I know, because I checked them first.
Which is a disgrace.
And the game wasn't there, so I was searching online for the game.
Say it again, Cataract.
A disgrace. I might thought that them taking that. I might clash thought that. Right? And I tell them, say, you have to do better, man. Come on. Everybody has to get professional. Coaches, this will come on at 7 o'clock on the dot, 3 times a week for the triple threat, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Even the Rooster like up the video. You understand? So what do someone know? And the fact of the matter is, and let me say this clearly, right? CVM, do not do that to the fans. Start the game on time. Every time. Let us get the full thing with the match. People, we are come to the end of the thing. Only for respect and love for all the people inside the comment room. Dr. Joyful, Kyle Wallace, he said nothing new with the midfield. So it go. Raman Osborne, big up yourself for show your money. Somebody said give us 20 more from Canada and we can probably go on till the morning. Because we can talk about the victory till because normally when a side finish playing, we normally go by TGI Friday and full up the place and buy out the whole bar and just talk for the whole thing. Unseen Sport.
Ketarag, I want to promote my lives.
Yeah, man, yeah, Professor Montesa.
Yeah.
Glad for hear said the COVID now lick him down in Brazil and he'll be live on Unseen Sport. Give them the 10 seconds and give them the plug.
All right. I'm live later, 6 p.m. on Unseen Sports TV. So you can go on my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and share previous videos and stuff. So tune in later. Big coach, I got some question about Jamaica grassroots in time when I spent at Jamaica as a technical director, or the difference between Brazil football and Jamaica football in terms of development and stuff like that. So just tune in for all of them things there.
And please, people, as you leave, support the pan chicken man outside. You understand? You know how this thing go. Make sure you buy some soup, some porridge from the porridge man. You know how that thing goes, a Jamaican style. I'm going to end with my thoughts for Owen. Him throw down some money, so I give him. I eat a little piece of humble pie. You understand? Only if a man in here, so I have wife. I don't have no ring. But so I get my breakfast in bed. I get my breakfast on the live.
Yeah, I really saw
I get my breakfast on the live. My cup of tea. My toast. Yeah, my orange juice. Yeah,
but give the fan them something.
Talk to me nice. I eat a little piece of humble pie. Let me tell you, Ravel Morrison had a good game today. Came on for 15 minutes, calmed down the midfield, did what he was supposed to do. 1 or 2 little bleeps, but we don't need to talk about that. He had a highlight moment where he ghosted past a midfielder, got fouled by the defender. And so I look forward to see him starting the game for 90 minutes. And then maybe you can get me put on the Manchester United shirt. But right now, I just
get the cataract fixed. Get the cataract fixed. Go to the doctor.
Google what happened to Kilimanjaro the last time he tried to tell me say cataract is a thing we grow up on your eye. We have a dub for that, man. Bounty killer. Tell him the man. Okay. So people, respect everybody who was here. Owen. When I see the class here, but we really see a man come in and do the job, and I see the potential that Ravel has. I have to give it. And I would have really loved to see him come in as the first change and play alongside Blair Turgot. I would have really loved to see what really could have happened and linked up with Gray and be able to put some more passes to the foot of Gray. So it's all positive from now. Forget about the negative. Great result for Jamaica against a UEFA team, ranked number 29. Show you some my side, a big side. Jamaica, boom, coach, lock off. The blue light outside. The blue light, coach. The blue light, coach. Police. Yeah, them say Jamaica murder Serbia. Popa investigate. Say Andre Gray pickpocket. No informer. Don't tell them. That way I say, coach, if you give me an extra minute for go over now, me a sound man, me go over the time, I can't come off, It look like it's that. All of that. Look like the people that pay our work, So, hold on. But it was a goosebump. It was a goosebump moment. I felt goosebumps. You know what I felt? I felt like when the goal went in again.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
Stay safe.
I have to leave. I'm going to say this.
Put down the gun.